Hello and welcome to the YouTube channel of mprugs.com. My name is Mike. I'm the moderator in a series of videos that is all about Persian rugs and handmade carpets from around the world. Hope you're doing great. I thought I'm going to show you a couple of rare Turkish silk rugs that are basically a leftover of the past, as well as a great example of what the current few remaining workshops in Turkey are still able to produce. For those of you that have followed my channel, seen the other videos, know that I have a personal fetish in the Turkish silk rugs. I absolutely love them. And one of the things that I, not just as a passionate rug person, let's put it this way, I don't like to call myself a collector because I'm in the rug business, but I do like the older Turkish silk rugs, just like I prefer some of the newer Persian rugs. When it comes to the Turkish rugs, I like the older pieces. And for those of you that have seen the other videos, you know that unfortunately, starting in the 90s, starting in the 90s, the Turkish silk production carpets, the Herekes, the Cinars, and some of the other well-known, like the Pazyryk, they have all been decimated by the Chinese imitations, by the cheaper ones that are coming in from China, and they're basically able to produce the Chinese Hereke rugs at a fraction of the cost than the Turkish ones. And even now, when you go to Turkey to buy silk rugs, or if you're one of those folks, let's say you're on holidays or you're taking a cruise and they take you to the bazaars, or you look at the rug shops, over 90% of all the carpets sold in Turkey are actually no longer made in Turkey. So they're not actually, there's two things that you're going to find. One is that they cannot sell them as genuine Turkish Hereke rugs, because the word Hereke was literally, the Turkish government decided since the province had really, the population of the province, the Hereke region, has declined so much that the Turkish government gave up on it, and the Chinese jumped in, they trademarked the name. So the Turkish weavers, like for example, in the case right here of this extremely rare, this is a Pazyryk design. I talked about it in one of my other videos. I'm going to talk about it a little bit. But basically, the Turkish government dropped the ball on the word Hereke. So now when you look at the silk rugs being made in Turkey, they are actually not allowed to be named as Turkish Hereke rugs, because the word Hereke, that's a no-no. So when you find, like in this case right here, this piece is about 15 years old. It's a gorgeous, absolutely rare design. It's also an extremely rare Pazyryk design, which dates back, the design of it dates back about 2,500 years. It is the oldest known Persian rug. Well, actually, no, I take it back. It's the oldest known handmade rug in the world. A lot of people believe that it is Persian. Some people say it could be from the Caucasus region. But if you want more information about this design, this right here is literally a replica of that design. I'm going to put a link in my description below where you can actually see it in the museum. It's an amazing piece. Like I said, dates back about 2,500 years. So we just got this piece right here. I was able to pick this up from a collector, and they had it custom framed, just absolutely beautifully done. But as is the case with all of the more recent Turkish silk rugs, they cannot sell this as a Hereke rug. It is sold as simply Cinar. Now, when I get behind the camera, as I always do in a little bit, and I know some of you have kind of sort of complained about the volume, there is a little bit of a volume control issue that I'm having since I'm doing these videos by myself, and I'm not exactly pretending to be an expert when it comes to taking videos. But when I get behind the video, I'm going to show you the difference, and then you're going to see the difference between the newer pieces, like this Pazyryk design piece, and the one to my left, which has the older signature. So where it says Cinar and then Istanbul, and I'm going to be making another video in a few weeks where I'm going to be getting a couple of very rare, very extremely high-end Cinars. And one of the differences that you will find amongst the Cinars rugs, and that has to do with quality. For those of you that know about the Turkish Hereke rugs, the Turkish rugs are genuinely, well, the genuine pieces. They are commonly classified by how many knots per centimeter. The newer pieces, the newer Cinars, have about 8. So it's what's called as 8/8 quality. That is the standard, typical, pure silk Cinar. Whether it is the newer pieces or whether it is like this one right here that has a Cinar Istanbul signature. These are all 8/8 quality. Now there's also other ones, but those are rare. These are the ones that are really not being made anymore. They used to be made in the old days. And those are the 10/10 quality, and rumors have it, I'm going to try to get my hands on a 20/20 piece. At the time I'm taking the video, we're still negotiating with the owner. I'm hoping to be able to make some magic happen, because it would actually be the highest quality Cinar that we have ever been able to get our hands on. And it's just something that, yeah, negotiations has been brutal to say the least, but I'm hopeful that we're gonna be able to make it happen. But here is what I want you to know before I get behind the camera. On the 8/8 quality, keep in mind, 8 knots per centimeter. What that translates is to about 20 knots per inch. So for those of you that are, and actually it's become almost a global usage, is the KPSI. It used to be predominantly, it's an American thing, where you take an inch, which is 2.54 centimeters, 2.5 centimeters basically, and you count how many knots you have per inch, and then you square the number. That gives you an idea for how many KPSI. Well, in an 8/8 quality, you have 8 knots per centimeter. That translates into 20 knots per inch. So 20 times 20. These Cinar pieces typically have about 400 KPSI. So they're already very fine pieces. And remember, these are made with a Turkish knot, so these are double knotted. I mean, they're just amazing, beautiful pieces. But the reason why I wanted you to see this video is because, like I said, I'm going to be making another one of the higher end Cinar pieces, and those they were made back in the days when there was still plenty of a very large Hereke production throughout Turkey. And so what you had was, those are classified as Hereke Cinar. And sometimes you will actually see the signature where it still says Cinar Istanbul Hereke or Cinar Hereke. Very rare, but those still exist. But I'm going to be featuring them in a different video. In this video, being that this is the first time actually that I was able to secure us this unique piece. And this Pazyryk design, this is one that I actually featured in a video in itself. I'm actually going to put the link below. It's a Tabriz Persian rug. The Pazyryk design, very common, well, not very common, but let's put it this way. So far, virtually all that I've had, with the exception of this Turkish Cinar and a Persian and Iranian pure silk gom rug, are the only two pieces that I've had that were not Tabriz. And most of the Tabriz versions, they all have that silk foundation, very fine, very detailed piece. So when I got this one, I thought it was perfect. And it also has the new signature at the bottom. That, like I said, you're going to see, when I get behind the camera, you're going to see the close-ups. So, and then to my left here, this is a very, very standard design. This is very popular amongst the Turkish rugs, the Pazyryks, Herekes, as well as the Cinars. And you see them here. It's like almost like looking out of the window. And this is also rare. In the Turkish rugs, it's very classic. But generally speaking, when it comes to rugs, when they are horizontal rugs, you have the fringes at the top and bottom. With the Turkish ones, it's almost always along the sides. And this is something that is unique to the Turkish rugs. With the Persian, you'll have a lot top and bottom. And actually the same with some of the, we have seen the Chinese, Indian rugs. And but here you have just a beautiful design. You have four almost like pictorials where each one features a plant as well as an animal. And it just a classic example of what the Pazyryk is all, what the Cinar is all about. The Pazyryk and the Cinar are very similar sometimes, and I tend to get them mixed up. It's not something I do on purpose, but no, this is Cinar. So, but the design is just, this right here is classic. This right here, the Pazyryk, is anything but classic. So, as I've always done, I'm now going to do what I do best. I'm going to get behind the camera, show you some of the features, signatures and everything. And so, I'm going to see you again here in a little bit, and then I'm going to say my final words at the end. So again, as always, if you like this video, if you like Persian rugs, if you are a fan of these handmade pieces of arts, feel free to subscribe and join our growing club of basically rug fanatics. So we got the subscribe button there, and like I said, the links to everything is below. So I'm going to see you again here in just a little bit. So here I am again behind the camera as always, and in this video I'm going to just briefly introduce you to the Pazyryk design. Like I said, this is one of my favorites, and for those of you that are into Persian rugs, this is an absolute jewel right here. It was custom framed by the original buyer. Like I said, it's about 15 years old, and everything that you see here, the horsemen, the animals, and then this design right here, the square design, this is classic Pazyryk. And if you look at the link below in the description, you can read a lot more about it. It's really just a like I said, it's the oldest known handmade rug in the world. And so, but what is obviously the buyer had an exceptional job done on the framing and everything. So I'm normally do not, when we offer the rugs, we try to sell them without the frames. But in this particular case, I would imagine that we're going to have to sell it as is, because I think it's just too perfect. The coloring and everything, the frame with the rug and everything, just absolutely perfect. But the other main feature on this rug is the signature. There is the Cinar signature, and this signature is a classic example of what the newer ones look like. So you see this right here. You have just simply the word Cinar. And then you have, this is what I call the pot leaves. Now I'm going to let you guys sort it out, but this is very classic. Cinar always has these two leaves on the sides. I'm going to let you guys put in the comment section what you guys think, or if anyone knows really what the leaves represent. I'm sure there is some great meaning behind them. But I'm always one of those people that I actually like to learn from the viewers. So if any of you guys have any, if you're smarter than me, please by all means put them in. So, and then here we have the classic design. This is very, like I said, it doesn't get much more classic than this, but really nice piece. We have the 4 basic windows, 4 different animals. You have 4 different plants. It just, everything on this is absolutely classic. Like I said, 8/8 quality. And then we have the signature here, which I now have to turn the camera around so you can see it. So there you go. Cinar Istanbul. But this is how it used to be done. This is prior. This one dates to about the, I want to say, I think we're looking at about 1980s. But really nice. This is not too old. But this is what they were like before they switched it. And you can also tell a little bit of the workmanship. There's a little bit, some of the pieces are finer, but some of them have actually like a 3-dimensional feel. You may think that this piece right here, from the way it looks, may not be as fine, but when you run your finger over it, there's actually indentation, and this is what gives it kind of a coarse look. But this is actually much, much more difficult to weave. So the weavers on the Pazyryk piece did a fantastic job. But having said that, the same goes for the classic weavers. Again, you will see that when you look on the back, when I talked about the 8/8 quality, this is, you put the ruler down, you count the knots over 1 inch. But what is also unique about these pieces is this is Turkish. This is not Chinese. But if you look at a lot of the Chinese Hereke pieces, they have kind of copied the Kelim part. And this is very classic for the Cinar pieces. They have copied that also, along with, at the bottom, you have these golden threads. This is classic Pazyryk, and this was actually taken over by the Chinese Hereke manufacturers. But there is a difference. Like I said, I talked about it in some of the other videos. But the main thing here was I wanted to I'm just going to go back real quick. I wanted to show you the difference between the newer Cinar signature and the older ones. So there you have it. I hope this section of the video was of help to you. I'm not just going to go back to, as I always do, and say my final goodbyes to you. So I'm going to end this part of the section of the video right here. So this is our video about the Cinar Turkish silk rugs. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it is of help to you. For those of you that collect the Turkish rugs or that are looking at buying some, like I said, this is one of many videos that we have where I try to explain the differences between the genuine ones and the imitation ones. And like I said, so if you are into Persian rugs, feel free to subscribe. We love to see you. Click that subscribe button below or visit us at mprugs.com. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments section. And again, my name is Mike. I'm looking forward to coming back to you with many more videos. So I wish you and your family the very best. Until next time, take care. Bye-bye.